Shrimate Kratu dās Adhikārī Jitina Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Shrimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Tina. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. You can sing, brother. You can sing, no problem. After me. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada.
Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada.
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
Harinam Sankirtan ki Jai, Hare
Jai.
Krishna Mahamantra ki Jai.
Jai.
Dear Prabhu, Bhavya wants to sing. Bhavya, you want to sing another tune? Or if you have a mridanga there also, then we can do together on that side.
Okay, Prabhuji. Okay.
Bhavya, so I think Bhaiya is there with Mridanga and maybe he can sing. Suvrat
Okay,
is there.
Yeah. So I'll mute. We together sing.
Suvrat, Ishika, Purvasha, you guys can sing together.
You can unmute the phone, the Suvrat, the one that's a
Okay.
Suvrat.
Yeah. Yes, Suvrat, Ishika, Purvasha.
Okay.
Suvrat, Ishika, Purvasha, you ready?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Jaya. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Parivarakacharya. Jaya Jaya Gurudev. Maharaj is on mute for Prem Dhwani.
80% of the people and Kirtan with not Prabhupada, not Gurudev. So thank you, Chaitanya Dev Prabhu. So let's go on to our next program.
Yes, Maharaj, so just wanted to have you do the Prem Dhwani.
Have you?
Prem
Jai
Dhwani.
Dhwani. Jai Dhwani. Okay, Jai Dhwani also should be standardized the way I'm going to do it. A little long, but so we should do this kind of Jai Dhwani and memorize Jai Dhwani. Jai Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivajakacharya. Astotra Sata Sri Srimad, His Divine Grace Abhay Charanaravinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivajakacharya Astotra Sata Sri Srimad, His Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Nitya Lila Pravishta Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj ki Jai. Nitya Lila Pravishta Sachidanand Bhaktivinoda Thakur Maharaj ki Jai. Lila Pravishta Vaishnava Sarvabhaum Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj ki Jai. Gauriya Vedanta Acharya Baldev Vidya Bhushan Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur ki Jai. Gaur Parsad Swarup Damodar Ramananda Rai Prabhu ki Jai. Jai Rup Sri Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath Sri Jiva Gopal Bhatta Das Raghunath Sar Goswami Prabhu's ki, Ramacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki,
Jai.
Prem se kaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advait Gadadhar Sivas Adigaur Bhakta Vrinda ki,
Jai.
Sri Radha Shyam Sundir Sri Kishore Kishori Gop Gopinath Shyama Kund Radha Kund Giri Govardhan ki,
Jai.
Bhumi Vrindavan Dham ki,
Jai.
Purnavadip Dham ki,
Jai.
Harinam Sankirtan ki, Harinam Sankirtan ki, Harinam Sankirtan ki. Glories to Assemble devotees.
Hare
Glories to
Krishna.
Assemble devotees.
Hare
Glories
Krishna.
to Assemble devotees.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Guru and Gaur and Gaur.
Thank God.
Jai.
So, thank you everyone for joining this online program with His Grace Shrimati Kratu dās Adhikārī. The topic for today is urgency in Krishna consciousness. And thank you very much for taking your time, especially on Friday evening. So we want to just do a brief introduction. Everybody knows Maharaj, but those of you who don't know, just a brief few minutes introduction on Shriman Kratu dās Adhikārī. Shriman Kratu dās Adhikārī was born in an aristocratic Gujarati Vaishnava family in India and is an initiated disciple of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, the founder of ISKCON and BBT founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada. And so Gurudev's, Maharaj's permanent abode is in Sri Vrindavan Dham, while he visits various places across the globe throughout the years for his constant preaching activities in lines of Gaudiya Vaishnava Acharyas and from the scriptures like Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Srimad Bhagavatam. And Maharaj conducts various seminars, bhakti retreats, bhajan kirtan, sandhyas, kirtan melas, and online preaching and temple programs. Following the most instruction of his Gurudev, His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, Maharaj is spreading the teachings of Lord Chaitanya in all over the world. Despite of receiving higher education and a job, Maharaj followed the instruction of his Gurudev and started preaching around the globe, round the clock. Shriman Kratu dās Adhikārī is one of the present initiating spiritual masters in ISKCON, and he has disciples across Damodar Desh, America, Canada, Europe, Middle Eastern countries, India, and various other places. Maharaj is an author of so many popular books, few of which include Sadhu Sangha, Bliss and Beyond, Slap of Maya, Secrets of Sacred Marriages, Whims of Mind, Bhagwan Avatar, Devi Devta, Kaun Aur Kitne, etc., etc. And there are so many books in publications right now, which are being translated in so many other languages. So let's, I can keep on going, but time is short. So let's welcome Maharaj and his dear wife, Her Grace Amrita Keli Devi Das. He was also a disciple of Srila Prabhupada. Normally Mataji is always in the back end, but she is the support function for this whole, everything what is happening. So let's welcome Guru Mata and Guru Maharaj with the 3 Haribols. Haribol, Haribol, Haribol.
Haribol.
We have a
Haribol.
over to Maharaj, and during the class we can everybody put on mute, and then at the question answer session you can raise the hand and we can take question and answer one by one. So Maharaj, time is not any limit. You can have, I know it's late for you, but however long you can go, it's up to you. Over to you.
So we have 1 hour. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitamena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitamena Bhutale Swayam Rup Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advait Gadadhar Srivas Adigaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Jayatam Surato Pangur, Mama Mandamati, Mat Sarvasya Padam Bojo, Sisi Radha Madana Mohano, Devi Vrindaraniya Kalpadrumada, Simad Ratnagar Simhasanasto, Simad Radha Sila Govinda Devu, Preshta Ali Vishavyamanam Smarami, Siman Ras Rasharambi, Vansi Vatatatasthita, Karshan Venu Swaner Gopi Gopinath, Sriyastuna. Vrindaye Tulsi Devyay Priyay Keshwasya Vishnu Bhakti Padadevi Satyavrtyay Namo Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyam Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo. So we have very urgent lecture, urgency in Krishna consciousness, or the way I understood it, urgency of Krishna consciousness. So what is urgent? So we can take an example. If the house is on the fire, what is the urgency of getting the hell out of house? It's very urgent. Not that you question where the fire came from, who put the fire on, and so and so forth. So many things you can think of, and not taking your priority, urgency to get the hell out of house. You will burn yourself and probably die in the house. Funeral will happen in the house itself. So we have to be very intelligent enough to get the hell out of house which is on fire. So sansara dava nalalita loka. So we are in a davanal of sansara. Our life is a davanal. Our birth, death, old age, and disease is davanal. Davanal, to put off davanal is very, very difficult. But there is one solution. If our spiritual master can come with torrent of rain, then the forest fire can be extinguished immediately. So this samsriti, apanna samsritim goram. I have come into this miserable material, disgusting material life, abominable life of material existence. There is nothing in it except the distress. We may have some small amount of flickering glimpse of happiness here, but most of it is very distressful. So there is a sansar davanal, birth, death, old age, and disease. So not just one cycle of birth, death, old age, and disease. Perpetually, we are perpetually taking this cycle. It's endless. So it is very, very painful. To take birth is very painful. The mother is on the plane and the child is also in pain. And that's why as soon as child takes birth, the child cries, and because it's very painful. So this birth, after birth, perpetually taking birth, very, very painful. We forget that's Krishna's grace, that we forget our pains. If we can remember our pains, we'll go nuts, crazy. And then death is also very, very painful. Budapa dekh ke roya. When somebody is getting old, he is always thinking about death. It will come and it will be very, very painful. It is painful. And you have to take birth again immediately. So in a womb of earthworm, the worm in stool and worm in intestine, stomach, and they become it. There are so many pathetic, painful yonis, so bodies in which we could take birth, which is very painful. So birth is painful and death is painful. And old age, budapa dekh ke roya. Angam galitam palitam mundam dasana vihitam jatam tundam vruddho yati krutva dandam tadapina munchete asapindam. So you cannot walk, you cannot talk, you cannot hear, you have to put 32 teeth, false teeth in your mouth and chew. You have to put ear aid in your ears, you can hear. You have to put glasses so that you can see, so on and so forth. All senses becomes dull and painful. Your eyes, artificial tears. Huh? What is it?
Voice.
Huh?
Voice.
Not coming up? Huh?
It's good. Voice is good.
Check with the earphone. Here is your earphone.
Guru Raj, I have it here. It's good.
Huh?
It's good.
Your own earphone?
No, but I was hearing it upstairs. So it's fine.
Okay. Otherwise, you can check.
I'll check.
Yeah, you can be here and with them. So this is pain, birth, death, old age, and hospitals. Who likes to go to the hospitals? So this is samsara, and it is blazing fire. It is like a blazing fire. It just a flickering happiness if we can get it. People are fighting each other, brother, and sister, and uncle and nephew and father, mother, and it's court and divorce, and the other living entity gives us pleasure. Give us pain. The bhautik klesh. So adhyatmik klesh and adidevik klesh. It is bombarded. The distresses on us are bombarded one after another. There is very little glimpse of happiness if we can get something. Very little glimpse of happiness. The Adi Bhautik, other living entity, gives distress. Wife fights husband, husband fights wife, and children fights with one another, and brothers and father, son fights, and courts and whatnot. Very pathetic. Adi Bhautik, Adi Atmik. The distress is caused by our body, mind, intelligence. The biggest disease nowadays is disease caused by mind, depression. Depression and mind is saying so many things, hallucination and everything, imagination. It's very pathetic mental disease. there can be a good solution of every other disease, but the disease caused by mind is very painful, very painful. So adhyatmic klish, the klish created by our material body. So who wouldn't like to get out of this blazing fire of sansara? Adhyatmic, adhibhautik, adhidevik klish. We have seen pandemic. Everybody was grounded in the house and put mask and take vaccine, and still it is not over, and again you are grounded, you are shackled. Pandemic, whole human race all over the world, and due to that people build up their weight, unnecessary weight, and some percentage, good percentage of the people went crazy, depression. So this is adhibhautik klish, klish caused by demigods, adhidevi klish. So we are prone to distress is every moment, no cessation, one after another distress. And if somebody comes and take you to the place where nothing but party spirit, nothing but love, nothing but so much trust and so much happiness, so much comforts. If somebody asks you to come along with him to this kind of region, we'll be immediately want to rush. So first we'll describe how painful it is to be in material world, and then we'll describe how it is so blissful to be in spiritual world, and then we will describe the process of getting the hell out of here to spiritual world. So this is urgency in Krishna consciousness. We are having blazing fire around us of so many distresses. What to talk about distresses caused by Maya, Kal, Karma and Maya. Kal, over time devour us. Time is every moment passed by, the time devours us. That's the time, all devouring, deadly enemy. So time we are bound by, the death will come timely, everything will, old age will come timely, and we are intoxicated in our griya, in our own body, so on and so forth. So Kal, Karma, Maya, they are giving us distresses. Karma, whatever you do, there is equal and opposite reaction to it, unless it is practicing of Krishna consciousness. So Kal, Karma, Karma, Vikarma, and Karma, good karma, bad karma, sanchit karma, kriyaman karma, sanchit karma, prarabdha karma, and karma ka bandhan. This karma binds us. So we have to suffer hell. That's why there are big, huge hell to make living entity correct, to atone for its sin. The all kind of hells are there, pathetic hell. So karma and Maya. Maya is giving us pain every minute. Maya means that energy of Krishna, which puts living entity in total illusion. And first illusion is that living entity thinks I am this body, and bodily expansion are mine, and I am the doer, and so and so forth. Illusion, all illusion, Maya. And Maya, Maya slaps us. Maya tare japuti atere. Anadi bahir mukjiv. Krishna bhuli gela. Ataiva Maya tare japuti atere. One forgets Lord Krishna. And that's why immediately he puts into Maya. And Maya slaps one to right and left and crush living entity, Maya. The कार कर्म माया का बंधन आदिदेविक आदिभौतिक आध्यात्मिक क्लेश, and what to talk about काम क्रोध लोभ मोह मोद मद मत्सर्य, काम lusty desires which makes one ash donkey work hard around the clock. So that is that is very pathetic. So Maya, what I was saying before.
Pathetic.
Yeah. Anyway, so this is a very bad situation we are in, forest fire. We are right in the midst of forest fire. Calm, lusty desire, krodh, anger. Anger devours you first, and then it devours anything around you. Your house, your relatives, your son, daughter, husband, wife, children, whatever, everything. So this krodh is all devouring enemy. Kamesha, krodesha, rajoguna samudbhava, mahasano mahapapma, videya varinam. These are varinam, deadly enemy of living entity. Kamesha, krodesha. And Kam, krodh, lobh, greediness, intense greediness. Of course, greediness in Krishna consciousness, to have Krishna prema is very desirable, but mundane material greed is suffering. So kamesha, krodesha, and krodh, lobh, moh, illusion, this looks reality. The material world looks reality, and spiritual world looks unreal. It is not real. It is phantasmagoria. It is imagination. It is horse, gorabdi, horse in the air. So ulta, we are always thinking by illusion that this is real. So kam, krodh, lobh, moh, mad, intoxicated with material amenities. So, and then kam, krodh, lobh, moh, mad, matsarya, matsartha, envy. We are envious like snake. Snake is envious. Even though you don't do anything to snake, snake will rush to you and bite you. Very envious animal, snake. So envy, these are all antasatru, inner enemies of ours. So that's why Bhaktivinoda Thakur is singing, Jivana aditya jana hasar, tahe nana vida vipadavar, namasraya kari jatane tumi, thaka apana kaji. Namasraya karlo. That is will come later. But right now we are understanding why we should get hell out of here. That's a very, very urgency to get out of here. So much suffering, So much suffering, one after another. There is no cessation of any kind. So a sane man will come calm, cool, sit down and think what the hell I'm doing and what the hell I'm supposed to be doing. The insane man will not come to this conclusion. So this is called Jyoti, Tamasoma Jyotirgamay. We should sit down. Maybe we should sit down whole day, and maybe Rajastami coming, sit down and think about what I am, where I am, what am I doing, what I'm supposed to do, where I can be eternally blissful, total bliss, and so on and so forth. We can scrutinize and then take a vow of observing the spiritual life. So many vows. There are beautiful place for vows in spiritual practices. So very urgent, very urgent. It is, if anybody can think deeply about all these things, Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, Mad, Matsarya. We wrote book on that. It's very, very pathetic and very suffering situation. And Kal, Karma, Maya, how they are beating us day and night. Kal, Karma, our karma, hell, Maya, illusory energy of Krishna, and birth, death, old age, and disease. Who likes these four things? It's very, very distressful to think about taking birth and death and disease and old age. Very pathetic. So, sansar, this is sansar, material world, where living entity is put as if a culprit is put into the jail and suffer, no eating properly and working hard, breaking stone and whatnot, digging his own trench, whatnot. So jail, this is material world, is jail, where living entity is constantly tortured, toasted, roasted, and we don't even think about it. Just like we think that we are all right, but no, we are not all right. There is blazing fire. We should seriously think about our suffering and to get rid of this suffering. So other side is bright side. If we can get out of this, then we get to go to spiritual world. In material world, there is hell and heaven and middle planetary system called Earth. So even in the Earth, if you want to get out of this pathetic suffering situation, the only way is to take human birth on Earth in Bharatvarsha. Bharatvarsha is very conducive to Krishna consciousness. We'll describe, if we have time, how conducive it is to get out of this suffering situation from Bharat Bhumi. Bharat Bhumi te manusya janma hi lajar, janma sarthak kari karo. So there is a paras tarsmastu bhavo anyo vyaktya vyakta samatana. There is another bhav. This is material bhav. There is a spiritual bhav, which is eternal, full of knowledge and bliss. Bliss, total bliss. So that bhav is a spiritual world, starting from Kailas to the topmost planet called Golok Vrindavan. And amongst all the spiritual planets, also the Vaikuntha and beyond Vaikuntha is Golok Vrindavan, where in Golok Vrindavan, that is also in the middle world of lotus. Golok Vrindavan is like a lotus, and leaves, there are different residents of, starting with immediate leaves are Sakhis, all Ashta Sakhis, and then next is Manjaris, abode living palaces, and next is Sakhas, and like that. His relatives such as father, mother, uncle, so much huge big family Krishna has, and gopis. This is all in Golok Vrindavan. It is called Krishna family. It is a family of Krishna. So this Golok Vrindavan, there is a beautiful description in Brahma Samhita, beginning with Chintamani Prakara Shadma Sukal Pavriksha Lakshavritesh Surabhira Vipa Layantam Lakshmi Sahastra Sata Sambramase Anam Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Such a beautiful. One sloka itself is so, it brings us so much happiness just by hearing what is there in material world, spiritual world. Srila Prabhupada gives the example that if you hear how beautiful Hawaii in America is, the beautiful weather, 32, let's see, a temperature of about 22 degrees centigrade, plus or minus maybe 1-2 degree, whatever, plus 2 degrees, 3 degrees. Beautiful weather, perfect temperature. And then there are beautiful beach and crystal clear ocean and beautiful girls, Apsara, isn't it? I've been to that place, but I haven't been to beach much. I was there 18-20 days preaching on the island, but the beach I hardly went. But anyway, so beautiful flowers, champa flowers, and so many other kinds of flowers, lotuses and beautiful lakes and beautiful trees, no disease for plants, no disease for human beings, and beautiful liquor to drink, and big skyscraper hotels, and nachna, gana, khana, beautiful whatnot. So Prabhupada says, immediately you hearing this description, you immediately make up your mind to go there, because you heard about everything nice that you want. So in spiritual world is no comparison to the Hawaii island or Bahama or whatnot. Beautiful weather, right on weather, and you have beautiful body, spiritual body, which never gets disease, old age. No, it doesn't get old. Only 12 to 16 years of age, and 8 foot tall and handsome, beauty, and nice fragrant flowers, beautiful moon and sun rising same times in the sky. They don't give out any heat or light or anything. Krishna is giving out. Krishna's body is effulgent, and that effulgence is illuminating whole planet, Golok Vrindavan, and beautiful mountain peaks. And there is snow on mountain peaks, but it's not cold. Just like cotton, it looks like beautiful mountain peaks, but not cold. They're beautiful mountains and fragrant flowers and everything, such a beautiful thing, like Chintamani the bhumi over there, earth over there is made up of chintamani, which takes away all your anxieties. No anxieties in spiritual world. It is made up of chintamani, the spiritual world, jam. What kind of jam they say? Chintamani? Anyway, jam. And beautiful trees, beautiful trees, which supplies all the fruits on one tree. You can have apple, orange, pineapple, peaches, and berries, all kind of berries on one tree. And whatever you imagine, immediately it supplies you. So that kind of kalpa, vriksha are there. In other words, you kalpana, you imagine that my disease can be gone, the pandemic should end right away. Immediately, there is no pandemic there. But anything that you would like to, actually you don't have any desire there except to serve and love Krishna, Radharani, Gopis, Manjaris. So there is no other aspiration except dancing, katha, ganam, natyam, gamanapi, bansi priya sakhi. Over there is Sriya Kanta. Everybody's Kanta is Sriya, Lakshmis. There are different kind of Lakshmis, Krishna, Gopis, other thing. But wife and wives, if there is a wives, simultaneously one in difference. Actually, all women, Manjaris and Gopis, and every woman belongs to Krishna over there, and Krishna is enjoying with them, and they are enjoying with Krishna, paramour. There is a parakiya ras in spiritual, material world. There is parakiya ras, and in spiritual world also, if necessary, there can be parakiya ras. But over there, most likely, all women's gopis, beautiful, 8 foot tall, slim. I don't know what to describe, but they have a shape, beautiful shape.
When everybody walks, they dance.
Yeah, katha, ganam, natyam. And all gopis and ladies and men and women, they walk in dancing form. They walk as if they are dancing. And katha ganam. And when they speak in a meter. Cheta darpana marjanam bhavama, like that. They don't speak Cheta darpana marjana. They sing. So katha ganam, they sing everything over there and communicate katha ganam. They sing in meter, the spiritual Sanskrit language. They speak in meter, in chand. Katha ganam natyam gamanapi bansi priya sakhi. When they walk, they walk while dancing, as if they are dancing. Katha ganam natyam gamanapi bansi priya sakhi. And everybody is playing on the flute there, especially Krishna, bansi priya sakhi, the chidanam jyoti. So Sriya Kanta Kanta Parama Purusha Kalpataravo Druma Bhumis Chintamani Granamai Toyam Amritam. Over there, water is Amrit. You don't need RO system there, or you don't need salt from Morton, whatever, to dilute your Kathaga. So Toyam Amritam, Pani over there, water over there is beautiful nectar, and nice lakes, and nice oceans, and nice, trees around them, and cottages, not cottages, palaces. Even the maid servant of Krishna, Manjaris and Gopis and maid servants and they all have beautiful, beautiful palace made up of Chintamani jam. So this is a description of spiritual world. It is so beautiful. The definition of people over there is that they love others. They love others more than themselves, and they put more trust, vishwas, onto others than themselves, and they love each other. This is the definition given by Srila Rupa Goswami in Ujjwal Nilmani, that people over there, they love others more than themselves. They trust others more than themselves. And who would like to be in this such a beautiful place, Golok Vrindavan, where there is no birth, death, old age, and disease. There is no lust, anger, greed, and Adi Devik, Adi Bhautik, Adi Atmik, Klesh. There is no overheat, underheat, no air condition needed. Nice, beautiful parks, nice, beautiful mountains, ocean, and lakes, and beautiful roads, and aeroplanes, and Rath, beautiful. Radharani's Rath is 100 yojan square. 100 yojan means 700 yojan. 100 yojan is 100 multiplied by 7.
That is close.
Huh?
100 times
7.
300 crores. 1200.
So it's big, huge Rath, Radharani's Rath, and it's not propelled by any machine or petrol or horses, or it is with a mantra. Radharani has to say, let's go there. And Rath is not a dead, inert inertia. It is a spiritual being. So it will carry you to the destination in no time. Beautiful plane, Viman over there, nice Viman. Everything that you imagine here is there, plus much more. This material world is a replica, but upside down replica. Urdhvamulam Adhasakha. It is image of spiritual world, but image is ulta. Left ear is seen on right, and right seen on left. It is reverse. So spiritual world, there is no anxiety, there is no birth, death, old age, and disease. You don't have to give birth there. How nice it is. Women, ladies, gopis, they must be very happy. They don't have to give birth there. And it's very pathetic. So it's an eternal, beautiful spiritual world. I don't have much time to describe. Yes. There is always beautiful kirtan. Katha Ganam. So kirtan, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Navdeep Dham is in Golok Vrindavan, where dancing going on, and singing, and musical instrument, and beautiful tune. These children, they sing beautifully, nice tune and nice kirtan, and they become intoxicated by this kirtan, and they dance in intoxication. Intoxication is not like our intoxication here, that you get hangover and get headache, and you throw, and you talk all kind of nonsense and break everything, and not that kind of intoxication. It is intoxication of love of Krishna. You become intoxicated in love of Krishna, and Krishna also becomes intoxicated. Like urgency of practicing Krishna consciousness is described by Srila Sanatan Goswami in his book called Brihad Bhagavatamrit, that Gop Kumar is going from Earth planet to spiritual planet, visiting all middle planetary system, Swarg, Sivloka, Vaikuntha and all lokas, where he didn't get any bliss which is eternal, enjoyable. And when he see Krishna, immediately Bhakta Vatsal Krishna, he embraced him. And his first sentence Krishna spoke to Gopkumar is, "Where were you? I was looking for you everywhere and waiting all along. So now I got you." And he gave so much love and affection to.
This is why you took so long.
And he said, Krishna said, "Why did you take so long? You should have come early enough so you can enjoy with me eternally." So finally, final destination he got out of all planetary system, material world and spiritual world up to Vaikuntha. He could not get ultimate reality. And when he met Krishna, everything became full. It unfolded everything beautiful, including love, trust, cooperation, and friendship, and whatever ras you want. And especially Golok Vrindavan is famous for Madhur ras. There is Santa ras and other ras, but they are very down to the ground or subsided by Madhur ras. Everything should be serving to Madhur ras. All ras should be serving to enhance Madhur ras. So Madhur ras is there, and just imagine you are a beautiful 8 foot tall, slim, and nice dancing girl. And anyway, I don't want to take much time of gopis, nice, beautiful girlfriends of Krishna. So you never have cessation from love and intoxication in love of Krishna. So no birth, death, old age, disease, lust, anger, greed, kam, krodh, lobh, moh, mad, matsarya. No adi devik, adi bhautik, adi atmik, klesh. No card, karma, maya there. No birth there. No old age there. Disease, nothing. The only thing is just become spiritually surcharged, spiritually intoxicated, day in and day out. No cessation with Krishna. You play with Krishna if you like, you serve Krishna if you like, you do whatsoever relationship or rasa you want to enjoy. So, and it is eternity, no, so beautiful place. Who would like to go there? So we have to see the urgency. We may miss this opportunity of human birth in Bharatavarsha, which is the topmost, where it is called the escaping door. Just like you going through a big, huge America kind of well, that much deep well, and you're looking for the door out, and it is very, 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 very dark well, and there is only one 2 feet wide door to get out. And birth, death, old age, and disease, human being, birth, death, old age, and disease, you became animal, birth, death, and disease, you became the serpent. So, and like 8,400,000 different species of life you go through, and then you come to the human body, and you got some itching. So you started itching, then you missed the door again. So that door is the escape from birth, death, old age, and disease. But every time you come there, you trip or you do something and you miss the door to get out of this birth, death, old age, and disease, which is human form of life. The door is human form of life in Bharatavarsha. More so, you can do in America also, but it may not be that conducive as much as in Bharat, in India. So it is very, very urgent situation. We want to get rid of all this dirty material, hellish planet, and go back to Krishna Loka, where there is nothing but bliss and peace, happiness, enjoyment, intoxication, and intoxication of love of Krishna. So this is the urgency. You may miss the boat. Like I said, that door in a deep dark well, you're going through 8 million 400 people, 400 different species of life. And when you come to human form door, and you trip or whatever, you miss again. So birth, death, old age, and disease, 8,400,000 times. Pathetic, very painful. So Sansar Davanal, it is blazing fire, forest fire. You can never put it off. But somehow or another, Guru comes with Gana Ganatvam in form of Krishna's mercy. So we should take that seriously and get the hell out of here, they say in English. It's slang, get the hell out of here. But that's what it is. So we have to know the value of spiritual world, value of Krishna Prema, and value of inhabitants of spiritual world, and our duty is there, our happiness there, and value it with this temporary the material sort, very, very meager happiness. We have to see that. And the human form of life is the only chance we have. We have come to human form life. And on top, we have contacted Srila Prabhupada and his transcendental movement, which is totally scientific and topmost philosophy, topmost way of life. Prabhupada, somebody asked Prabhupada, Prabhupada, what if there is no God? The Prabhupada said, still, this life is very beautiful. It's, at least we live beautiful life right now. So what is the loss? But there is spiritual world. And Krishna conscious life is beautiful even while being here. So this is urgency, for forest fire and suffering and whatnot. It's urgent to get out. Who knows what we will be in next life? And another 8,400,000. Asyatim chaturam chaiva laksham tvam jivajatishu brahmadvir purusham prapyam tesham atma vimanina varakanam anasritya govinda charanadvayam. Without attaining and serving two lotus feet of Govinda, we loitered in Asyatim chaturam 84, 80 plus 84, Asyatam chaturam chaiva laksham tvam jivajatishu. We brahmadvir, we go through all these 8,400,000 pieces of life again and again and again and again, and we remain in material world suffering forever. But now we have opportunity. Srila Prabhupada has made us very, very fortunate. We can never thank enough to Srila Prabhupada. We cannot pay his debt on us. We are indebted to Srila Prabhupada. They're giving us beautiful spiritual life. So we should think urgency. Sansara Davana Lalita Loka. It is blazing fire. We have to get out of this blazing fire immediately. So I'll stop here, and I'm sure some of you might have question. Any question at all? Anybody has a question?
Thank you, Maharaj, for excellent and enlightening katha. And I would like everybody to raise hand if they have any questions, so that we can take questions one by one. Okay, Dhir Krishna Prabhu, you have a question?
Yes,
Amit
Prabhu.
Tripathi. Yeah, you go ahead.
Yeah. Amit Prabhu, please go ahead.
What is that?
Amit Tripathi.
Sir Plam Maharaj,
Okay.
thank you for a wonderful lecture of Golok Dham. So I just wanted to know, Maharaj, I mean, which form Krishna resides in Goloka? Is it Balarup or Radha Krishna Rupa?
His eternal form is Gwala. Swayam Rupe, Swayam Krishna, Dui Rupe Spurti, Swayam Rupe Ek Krishna, Swayam Rupe Ek Krishna, Vraje Gopa Murti. So he's a Gwala, he is cowherd boy, and his age is standard 16, at the most 12 to 16, 14, whatever, but very young boy, or you can say he's not a boy, young, he's a supreme personality of Godhead. So his original form is that he is cowherd boy. Vraje Gopa Murti, Lord Chaitanya to Sanatana Goswami. He says that original personality of Godhead, God of all gods, is Krishna, and he is always in the form of Gwala. Vraje Gopa, Gwala, Gop Murti. He is Gop. He is Nanda Gop Kumaraya. He is a Nanda Gop Kumar. He is Kumar of Gop, Nanda Gop. So he is also Gop. Any other question? Is that answers?
Yes, Maharaj. Absolutely.
Okay.
Thank you, Maharaj.
Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj.
Yes. Mhm.
Jai Srila Prabhupada, all glories to you. Guru Maharaj, you gave such a beautiful description of Golok, and you made this topic from urgent to so much eagerness. You created so much eagerness in our hearts to go back. But my question, Maharaj, is what is the minimum qualification we should have to get entry into the Golok Vrindavan?
You have to surrender to Ragatmik Bhakta, who is in a Madhur Bhav. Except Madhur Bhav, you cannot enter into Golok Vrindavan. You can enter into Brahma Jyoti or Vaikuntha Lokas or some other spiritual sky. But if you want to enter into Golok Vrindavan, then you have to practice Raganuga Bhakti under the guidance of Rupa Manjari or any Manjari, Rati Manjari, Tulsi Manjari, Vilas Manjari, Nayan Manjari, Netra Manjari, whatever, Kamala Manjari, Manjari or Rupa Manjari. Our bhava is that we are servant of Rupa Manjari, Rupa Goswami. We are Rupa Anuga, who is Rupa Manjari in spiritual world, and we're supposed to follow her. And if you want to enter, if you want to have visa entrance to Golok Vrindavan, then the only bhakti left is Raganuga Bhakti in the form of Sakhi or Manjari, Gopi, Madhur Bhav, not Sambandhanuga, Raganuga, and Sambandhanuga and Snehanuga. I forgot that word, Snehanuga, or that's, anyway. So Sambandhanuga is his queens, Krishna's queen in Dwarika. You cannot go with that kind of Madhur Ras in Golok Vrindavan. But you have to have Madhur Ras according to Sakhis and Manjaris and Radharani. We are supposed to be Rupanug, and Rupanug is Rupa Goswami and Rupa Manjari. So Rupa Manjari is Lalita Anuga. Lalitam Sakhi's Anuga. She is serving Lalita's order. And Lalita is intimate servant of Srimati Radharani. And Srimati Radharani is a servant of Krishna. So this is our line. So if you want to go to Golok Vrindavan, the only bhav, sambandh, or mellow left is Madhur Ragan. What is that? Sambandhanuga? Eh? Sambandhanuga. And anyway, Gopinuga. Let's pick up that word. You have to follow the footsteps of gopis, not like Krishna's queens, but gopis, Radharani, Lalita, Sakhis, and Manjaris. Like you have to take up those kind of mood and their kind of bhakti, their kind of madhur ras. Sambandhanuga. And anyway, so if you want to go to Golok Vrindavan, then only choice you left with is Madhur Ras. You have to do Raganuga Bhakti like Manjaris and Gopis and follow their footsteps. We are Rupa Manjari Nuga and Kamala, Lalita Sakhi Nugas. So like that. It narrowed down. No Vatsalya Ras in Golok, no friendship Ras in Golok, and no servitor. Of course, Madhur Ras includes all Ras in it. Gopis, Madhur Ras includes all Ras. Gopis are serving their servitor also, and Santa Ras. So we have to practice these gopis, Anuruga. That's why Rupa Goswami wrote very beautiful essence of all essence, words, 8 words of nectar of instruction. Tan Nam Rup Charitadi Sukirtananu Smartyo Kramena Rasana Manasin Yogyat Tistan Rajeta Danragi Jananugami Kalam Akhilam Niyatiti Upadesha Sharam. So this verse is the essence of all instructions given by Srila Rupa Goswami. So one must memorize this sloka translation and purport, memorize purport. Prabhupada says at the end about Manjari also. And he says about, Apandasha and Samadhi and like that, all dasas, 5 dasas. So very nicely he's describing in his purport, Prabhupada, purport. So we should understand his purport nicely. 8 words of nectar of instruction. Yes.
Thank you, Maharaj. Maharaj, we had Manharni Mataji first, then Chitra, then Gokulananda Das, then Janva.
Well, all these people knows what I'm talking about. I taught them.
Okay, Manharni raised the hand first, then Chitra Mataji, then Gokulananda Prabhu, then Janva.
They know the answer. They know the answer. I taught them.
Then I have few questions after that.
Yeah, but who is new?
I am new. I'm new, Maharaj.
You are well taught.
No, let's take their questions, Maharaj, because I think the way you describe Golok, I'm sure people's desires are running.
Enough. I didn't have much enough time. Anyway, okay, go ahead.
Okay, go ahead, Manharni Mataji. You can ask your question.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Hare Krishna Maharaj, Dandavat Pranam. I don't have any question at this moment. You can take the next speaker, Maharaj. Next person. Thank you.
Next question was Chitra Mataji. Chitra Mataji, you have a question?
Yeah, Sitra Sakhi.
No, she is from Chitra Jagannath. She is from Denver here, our congregation.
Oh, that's different Chitra. Well, then we can take her.
Hare
We can
Krishna.
take her. Yes, Chitra.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Thank you so much for the nice lecture. I have a question, Maharaj. We have limited knowledge, and we know very little, and we have limited knowledge, and then we are struggling in the material world because of all our previous past karmas. Why doesn't Krishna give us his ultimate mercy and just take us all back unconditionally? Like, why do we have to go through this whole cycle? Why do we have to go through this all pain and cycle with the limited knowledge and with so many impediments in between?
You have a little child, say 7 years, 8 years old child going to school. Now you give child 10 rupees to eat nice breakfast samosa, $10 maybe, nice samosa, yeah, nice food, fruits, whatever. You give him to eat nice prasad, whatever. But the child misuses the $10 for drinking, smoking, and marijuana and this and that. So what can be done? He is misusing his independence. You are his best well-wisher, and you are giving him in a good consciousness that the child will go hungry. He should take something to eat there, 8-hour school. But child misuses that money. What can you do? He has a free will. Even at home, you don't want child to look at what you call iPad or certain things, and out of your sight, the child will get into their games and get into whatnot, whatever they want to. It's not good for them, you think, but they want to indulge in that. So what can you do? They are misusing their freedom. So similarly, we all are like that. Krishna wants us back to home, back to God. That's why he sent Guru. But who wants to take Guru? Who wants to take Guru as his spiritual guide and a teacher, a bona fide Guru in ISKCON? Who wants to take up? Very, very reluctant people. They don't want to go. So you forcefully take them in Golok Vrindavan, then they would do the same thing and make whole Golok Vrindavan into dirty, filthy place again, which will not happen. Krishna is not going to let it happen. But he wants us to remain here in the garbage, just like in a garbage in Delhi, crows and hogs and so many other, thing. They go to the garbage and eat the garbage. There is so many nice thing around the country. The farm has nice fruits and nice everything, but the crow will go there and eat all kind of junk. So how can you take crow to countryside? Free will. They don't want to use this free will to go back to home, back to Godhead. So what Krishna can do, what can you do to your child like that? So even if Krishna takes them back there, they will come back here again because their Chetana, their consciousness is still polluted and they want filthy things. So they will come Aruhya Kruchena Param Padam Patanti Adha Anadritya. The impersonalist Mayavadis, they raise themselves all the way to the Brahma Jyoti. But there are no much variegatedness, no variety, no fun. Variety is the mother of enjoyment. No fun there. So they come back from Brahma Jyoti. What to talk about Golok Vrindavan? They will never like to go there because over there Krishna is the enjoyer and they cannot remain competitor of Krishna, God's competitor. So what can be done? This material world is to fulfill your all material desire and get purified. And after purification, you have a Krishna conscious guru, especially from ISKCON. Then immediately your door to Golok Vrindavan opens wide. Mahat Sevapa Dwaram Ahur Vimukte Tamo Dwaram Yosita Sangi Sangam. So we have to take up that gurus who are Raganogis and who can train us properly and then give us this ultimate topmost spiritual blissful planet called Golok Vrindavan. So we have to surrender first to a Krishna conscious guru, and then our path becomes illuminated, and we go back to home, back to Godhead. Make sense? Chitra?
Yes, yes, Maharaj, it does make sense. I wish we had more knowledge and not to indulge. Thank you
Right.
so much for your answer.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Next is, thank you, Maharaj. Next is Gokulananda Prabhu, Gokulananda Das from Philadelphia.
Yes, Gokulananda Prabhu.
Maharaj, Danvat Pranam, Guru Maharaj, Danvat Pranam, Pennsylvania. Maharaj, it was just a quick question, comments, because you already covered what a fabulous Golok is. And just like Adhir Prabhu said, we are all eager to go back to Golok. Well, one question comes to the mind is 5,000 years ago when Krishna descended or manifested on the earth, the Sansar Dhavana was still same, wasn't it?
Yes.
There were problems of age, Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi. They were all same problems even 5,000 years ago. So why is urgency now? Wasn't urgency then also?
Urgency is there for those who are conscious of their suffering in this material world. Duryodhan did not have that urgency. Pandavas did have. So same thing even now, that people, they don't think that this is urgent. They think this forest fire, this house is on fire. So it's my house. I don't want to get out. So people are becoming comfortable in their suffering. They don't even recognize their suffering. So urgency is there because we are all brought into light and see what is suffering. By Srila Prabhupada, we came into understanding what is good and what is not good. So now that we understood that yes, this is a fire, whole house is on fire, and now I have a chatak bari, I can have escape down a fire door. So let me kick the fire door and fire bar and get the hell out of here. So we came to this point. Prabhupada brought us to this point that yes, you are suffering. Why don't you get out? I'm here to help you. So Prabhupada is extending that help even today. So we have come to our conclusion that this place is no place for gentlemen. Let me get out of here. Let me get out. But people think that this is, America is Swarg on earth, heaven on earth. And heaven is beautiful. They even don't know what is Golok or what is spiritual world. They think the heaven is all in all. When somebody departs, they write, my father went to Swarg. So they don't know anything about, only they know is the topmost sense gratification derived in Swarga, in heavenly planets. So what can be done 5,000 years ago or today or many yugas, the Divya yugas are going to come. This lower planetary system below Brahma Jyoti is going to be hellish material world. No matter what, people, living entity have the mood of enjoying separate from Krishna. So then he has to put into jail where he gets reformed. The reform is we have to become unmukh to Krishna. We have to turn our face to Krishna and understand everything properly from bona fide spiritual master. And then we can come to conclusion, oh, what is this? I am in big darkness. Let me get out. So we are lucky. As I said, Prabhupada paved the road for us to go to Vrindavan. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. This is the road, paved road, right from here to Golok Vrindavan. It is a lift. It is a lift. You can immediately get transferred to Golok Vrindavan. Any other question, please?
The next question comes from Janva Devi Dasi from India. Mataji.
She knows more than me.
Hariva.
She knows
Hare
more
Krishna.
than me.
Dandavat Pranam Maharaj.
So you give the answer also, Janva.
No, Maharaj, I am here to inquire from you. Thank you for this beautiful session, Maharaj. Maharaj, I just had a query that you said one can enter Golok Vrindavan when he is in Madhurya Bhav, Manjari
Yes.
Bhav or Gopi Bhav. But
Yes.
Maharaj, what about other bhavas? If someone has Sakha Bhav and Vatsalya, then that also, with that mood also we can serve Krishna.
Yes,
for
but not
asking that.
Golok. Golok is only exclusive for gopis and Krishna and Radharani and Krishna and gopis. That's exclusive. And that's where, if you want to go to that region, only Madhur Bhav. And that's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to give that Madhur Bhav. Anarpit charin chirat karunaya avatarino kalo samarpaitum unnat ujjwala ras swabhaktim sriyam unnat ujjwala ras madhur ras. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to give that Madhur ras so that we can attain Golok Vrindavan. Vaikuntha Lokas or little outskirt of Golok. Golok is world of a lotus. You know that lotus. The whole spiritual world is like a lotus. And the world of lotus in the middle portion is only exclusive for Madhur ras, where there are different bhavas, kunjas, nikunjas, Jamuna, and all intimate pastimes with gopis, Radharani, Krishna, enjoying. So entry in Golok Vrindavan is only through Madhur ras. And that is also not Kamanuga Bhakti, right? The Kama Nuga and Sambandha Nuga Madhur ras. Two kind of Madhur ras. Kamanuga Madhur ras means gopis and manjaris. And Sambandha Nuga Madhur ras is queens of Dwarika. That is Kamanuga. Sambandha sorry. And Kamanuga Golok Vrindavan. So like that. Is that answers you, Janva?
Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj, Dandavat Pranam. All goes to you, Maharaj, all goes to Prabhupada.
Yeah, this is Janva's husband.
Yes, Maharaj. Maharaj, the rest of the like Gop and Yashoda Maya, they are just in the petals of the lotus. They will not enter the center of the lotus.
No. Center of the lotus is only gopis, manjaris, and Krishna. Radharani and Krishna. That's it. That's why Golok Vrindavan, if you want to go to Golok, then Madhur. And that is also Kamanuga Madhur Bhav. Madhur ras. Kamanuga Raganuga Bhakti. Kamanuga Raganuga Bhakti. Sambandhanuga Raganuga Bhakti nahi. No.
Queens.
Huh?
Sambandhanuga is queens.
Yeah, queens and father, mother, whatever. Sambandh. Yes, go ahead. Hello.
Thank you, Maharaj.
Yes.
Next question is from Sandhini Mataji.
Sandhini. Yes,
Dandavat
Sandhini.
pranam, Guru.
Yes.
Guru Maharaj, my question is very simple. I'm just curious to know, in Golak Dham, what does the daily activity, day-to-day activity of devotees look like in there? What do they do from morning till evening? I'm just curious.
Well, there is no evening and morning there. That's the first thing. Eternally, one thing going on over there is different arrangement for Radha Krishna to enjoy with one another, and all other gopis manjaris are assisting Radharani and other Sakhis assisting, serving the couple there, and that's all it's going on there. There is no day and night, eternally going on different pastimes. And if there is a day and night, then it is imposed day and night. That okay, now it's noon time and let's play, or let's play chokta. Yeah, let's have a swinging pastime. Fun in swinging, in boating, boat pastimes, in bathing, swimming pastime in Jamuna, and so many arrangements like this. Not just 10, 15, 20 of them. So many arrangements. And that's what Nikunja, Rati Keli Siddhyar means. Different arrangement for Radha Krishna to enjoy in different bhavar, in different kunja and nikunjas, called bhavar in English. So this different arrangement. So if there is morning, evening pastimes, then it is imagined, because there is no morning and evening. Na tadbhasayate suryo, na sasank, na pavaka, tadagatva na nivartante, tadam paramam mama, yadagatva. So there is always, but for different arrangement, you can have, different lights and different flowers and different peacocks and birds and beasts and cows and whatnot. But it is all up to the arrangement of manager. There are managers for all these different arranging different pastimes. Like as for example, Jula. Then Jula has to be beautifully be decorated and right height and nice bearings, and now who is going to push and pull, and who is going to serve different things and to couple, divine couple. So like those kind of arrangement. So it goes on and on eternally, continuous. Pranay Lilai, Pranay pastimes, Pranay Lilai. I don't know whether I answer you or not, Sandhini.
Yes, Guru Maharaj, you did very clearly explained. So what I'm understanding is everything is engaging in the pastimes of Krishna, but there is no formal arrangement like Mangla Aarti, Shayan Aarti, nothing like
It
that.
can happen also, and it cannot happen also. It's a different arrangement, Sakhis and Gopis make for Radha Krishna to enjoy.
Okay, Guru Maharaj.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Guru Maharaj.
Any other question?
So another question is from Anuradha Devi Dasi.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, Dandavat pranam.
Yes.
Anuradha Devi Dasi from Reading, Pennsylvania.
Reading.
Yes. Maharaj, my question is like, how can we practice Ragatmika or Raganuga Bhakti? Like if we are doing sadhana bhakti right now, so how can we like reach that level?
Well, sadhana bhakti, you mean Vaidhi bhakti. Sadhana bhakti, there are three bhaktis, three kinds of bhakti, beginning with sadhana bhakti, then bhav bhakti, then prem bhakti. And sadhana bhakti has two categories. One is Vaidhi bhakti, and another one is Raganuga bhakti. So Vaidhi bhakti is according to Vidhi and Vidhan. Vaidhi bhakti is according to rules and regulations laid down in scriptures. So Vaidhi bhakti is most likely performed under the fear of scriptures. And Raganuk bhakti transcends this fear of scripture. Raganuga bhakta does not have any fear of scriptures. So anyway, these are all detail you will learn. Your question was Vaidhi bhakti.
How can you transcend?
How can you transcend from Vaidhi bhakti to Raganuga bhakti? I think
Yes,
that is the question, not
Yes,
sadhana
Maharaj.
bhakti to Raganuga bhakti. So Vaidhi bhakti, how can you transcend from Raganuk to, from Vaidhi bhakti to Raganuk bhakti? So Rupa Goswami Prabhupada said that it both should go hand in hand. If you're not practicing Vaidhi bhakti and only Raganuga bhakti, then one may become hypocrite. So rules and regulations must be followed side by side in Raganuga bhakti. So Raganuga bhakti doesn't mean that you behave uchrunkal, you become, you behave, totally insane. That's a word. But Raganuga bhakti should be, it's a two track of the same train, a two track line, two patri, Raganug and Vaidhi bhakti. So without Vaidhi bhakti, we can tend to become hypocrites in Raganuga. So that fear should be there. So how can you transcend? We don't have to transcend. We have to keep two patri, two rail together, Vaidhi as well as Raganuga. I don't know if that answers you, but we have to keep both together. Any other question?
Maharaj, thank you for taking so many questions. One, and time is up. I know for you it's 9:30, but I just want to ask one question and we can end with that. Is everything comes at a price. Going to Hawaii, you have to pay. Now especially in pandemic, the cost is very high. And just few months ago, I was in Hawaii. And Golok is super beautiful, transcendental, abode of Krishna. And so the price there is not going to be cheap.
That's
so
true.
what is the price which we have to at least desire to pay to achieve that? So we can end with that, Maharaj. Thank you. Sorry.
The price to pay is mentioned by Srila Rupa Goswami in basic first book to be master, Nectar of Instruction. Tad anuragi jananugami kalam niyat akhilam iti upadesha sharam. One must follow strictly the ragatmik bhakta and raganuga guru or ragatmik guru. So we have to follow, that's the instruction. This is a price to pay. It's stated in this sloka very beautifully by Rupa Goswami in a condensed sutra form, that tan nam rup charitadi sukirtananu. External senses, you do the kirtan of nam, rup, gun, charitra, abode, parikar. You glorify with the tongue, and by internal senses called mind, you meditate on that. Tad Tan Nam Rup Charita Adi Sukirtananu Smartyo, meditation. One must do smaran. For at least 2 hours we are doing mala. We should do smaran. Smartyo, manasin yogyet. So with our mind, we should meditate on Krishna's Naam, Roop, Leela, Gun. Ek minute. So we have to have these two tracks together. Two track. One is with external senses, you glorify Kirtan, Naam, Roop, Lila, Gun, Dham, Parikar with external senses. You do sadhana bhakti. And by internal senses, mind, intelligence, false ego, especially mind, you meditate on Naam, Roop, Charita, Adi. So these are the two tracks, and they both fall under sadhana raganuga bhakti. And then he says you have to follow the footsteps of such raganug, samjatiya raganug bhakta. He says the Stan Raja, you must stay mentally, even you can stay in Raj, Vrindavan, Radhakund. So he says that Tan Nam Rup Charitadi Sukirtananu Smartyo Kramena Manasi Niyojit Tistan Raje Tad Anuragi Jananugami. Anugaman of those like-minded Raganugiya Ragatmik Bhakta. We have to become Raganug, and they are Ragatmik, the Golok Vrindavan Sthit. They are in Golok Vrindavan. They all call Ragatmik Bhakta. And we supposed to follow them, called Raganuga Bhakta. So, secret of success, you ask me this question in this line, is to follow the footsteps of Ragatmik Bhakta, especially Rupa Manjari and Rati, Tulsi Manjari, Rati Manjari, Vilas Manjari. But we are follow Rupa Manjari like that. So this is the answer. Does it make sense?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for answering that. So our goal then should be to meditate on this, as you mentioned.
Yes.
Stay in Braj, follow Rupa Goswami, follow you, follow Prabhupada, follow our acharyas, and ultimately Rupa Goswami Pad, and then live in that consciousness and do our service the way we are continuing in our sadhana bhakti. And
yes.
One day, when we become conscious of that by your mercy and Prabhupada's mercy, then probably we can go.
Yes, that's a ticket.
Thank you very much, Maharaj. I hope all the devotees who joined this session got their desires pumped up to go to Golok and follow that process. And Dhir Prabhu has, thank you Maharaj very, very much. I know it's very late for you. We want to just share.
It's not late. Only 9:30.
Yeah, this is a session which is as good as Golok session, so obviously it is beyond time. But
yes.
Dhir Prabhu wants to, we want to display some of the books of Maharaj.
Yes.
From KBT, which is Kratu Maharaj Book Trust. It's in India, like BBT. And Maharaj has made these books so simple, and at every book there is, at the end of every book there is a beautiful question and answer. And a lot of them has these questions of the ultimate destination, the process.
Are you okay?
So please go ahead, Dil Prabhu, and highlight some of the books of Maharaj. Go ahead.
Okay.
You're on mute.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to quickly go through this slide, and it's not probably not as up to date as but it gives us a good highlight of all the books Srila Gurudev has written and published so far, and most of the books are available in America also, and most recent books that Guru Maharaj has written, they are either getting translated into English and other languages, and soon we will hopefully have it available in USA also. And so some of the titles we already have: Sadhu Sangha, Anand Ki Or, Bliss and Beyond, then Nam Sankirtan and Japa, that is Anand Ki Or advanced version, part 2, beautiful book. So hopefully on next Friday, we will request Srila Gurudev to enlighten us on that topic. That's the, I think, request Chaitanya Prabhu will make. I'm just revealing the secret right now. Then Maya Ki Maar, that is English version is Slap of Maya, Bhagwan Avatar and Devi Devta. Lot of devotees, after years of Krishna consciousness, still not able to understand the tattva. So beautifully Guru Maharaj has described very, very crystal clear way who is Bhagwan, who is Devi Devtas. Prashadam Ya Pap, wonderful manual. Tulsi Maharani, beautiful book. Anything, everything we need to know about Mother Tulsi, very dear to Lord Krishna. Man Ki Manmani, Secret of Sacred Marriage, Ekadasi, Swarg, Nalak or Golok. Beautiful book, and when we read this book, I think we'll go to Golok with Guru Maharaj. So a few more titles upcoming are Bhaktavatsal Bhagavan, Guru Shishya or Diksha, Kam Krodh Lobh Moh, Grahast Ke Liye Archana Paddhati. These are the wonderful manuals. Then Dan, that is charity, and part 3, even higher version of Bliss and Beyond, the ultimate version, Raganuga Bhakti. A lot of questions were there in today's session about it. Dharam, what is our real religious duty? Or to put in correct words, what is our spiritual duty? Yamuna Maharani, Gayatri Mahima, Reincarnation, Punarjanam, Gita Mahatma, and about Lord Shiva. So this book, most of us might already have it with us. Beautiful book that started this journey of book writing by Srila Gurudev, Sadhu Sangha, and very, very famous all over the world in the devotee community. Very, very still it is in lot of demand, and it tells us each and everything about devotees. Bliss and Beyond, wonderful manual. We can probably read it in 1 hour, and we can get the whole essence of what is Krishna consciousness is all about in this book. Slap of Maya, Man Ki Manmani, Bhagwan Avatar, Devi Devta, like we just talked about it. Swarg, Nalak or Golok. It will, a lot of people have this misconception about Swarg being the ultimate destiny. And here we'll come to know through this book how Swarg is part of the material world, and beautiful description of Golok, the gist of what Srila Gurudev gave us in today's session. Prashadam Ya Pap, Tulsi Maharani. I think I was able to gift this book to a couple of devotees so far. We are trying to arrange more copies of it. Shri Ekadashi, Secrets of Sacred Marriage. Everyone, all of us are grastas. We all should have this book. And I think so far we have slides for these books. Prabhuji, would you like to add anything? I know you have been involved with a lot of translation.
No. So a lot of these books, we have currently 5 books in English, and very soon in the next few months, we will have another book is coming now, Prasadam and Pab and Ekadashi. And so pretty much in 4, 5, 6 months, we should have all of them translated. edited and printed by the mercy of Srila Gurudev and Srila Prabhupada. And hopefully then we can have all of them in Hindi and English and other languages. But feel free to reach out to devotees if you need these books, and distribute this book to others of your friends and family members. So thank you very much, dear Prabhu. And we will request Gurudev again next Friday to take a session 2 of this. If Maharaj is available, then we will have him take this through a journey of bliss and beyond part 2, go a little more deeper into, so that we all can develop desires. Because that is from what I have learned, is that is the most powerful energy of a living entity, which is to desire. And if we desire right, we will definitely achieve the destination. So with that, let's thank Guru Maharaj with the 3 Haribol and Guru Mata with 3 Haribol, and pray for the mercy of Gurudev and Vaishnavas and Srila Prabhupada, so that we can engage more and more in the service of the Vaishnavas and ISKCON. Haribol!
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 Srila Gurudev ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki
Ki
jai.
jai.
Radha Krishna.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Gurudev.
Hare Krishna. Dana Pranam Guru Maharaj.
Hare Krishna Maharaj ji, thank you.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam Maharaj.
Here Prabhu has already made the flyer for the
Yeah, this
next
is
Friday.
all mercy of Nitai Sundar Prabhu from India. Beautiful flyer he has made.
Haribol,
Thank
Haribol.
you, Nitai Sundar Prabhu. Haribol.
Thank you. Nitai Gaur Premanande. Haribol.
Haribol. So, yeah, next Friday, same time, we will have another beautiful session by Srila Gurudev. Thank you, everyone. Haribol.
Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj, Dandavat Pranam.